Another beautiful day at the Quarry Art Center. Let's see if old Uncle Mike's in. Maybe he's got some painterly wisdom for us. He's open. Hey. Well, I would sit you there, but you're sitting right there. Hey, how are you? We just walked you in. We did the little, is it fogging up already? It will. It's cold. I'll catch it. I'm gonna catch it. It's it's a feature, not a bug. Well, the last one went pretty good. Seems like some of you guys are watching it, so that's good. This one's going to be more teachy. That's a real word. I can tell it's a real word because I used it. It's fogging up. I'm expecting it to fog up. It's pretty cold this morning. The 8 hard truths of learning to paint. You ready? There are. First of all, it's not easy to paint. You're going to get a lot of channels saying, "Oh, painting's easy." Yeah, painting's easy if you just want to do something mediocre. Painting's not easy if you want to do something great. And let's face it, if you're apprehending something great, you probably have the ability to do it if you put enough time and practice in. So I do have some notes, which you don't expect that. Most of these are not going to be super teachy, but yeah, I had some inspiration on this, and so we're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to just give you the 8 hard truths here, and we'll talk about it. So, truth number 1, your paintings probably aren't very good, and that's to be expected. I always tell my students, oh, my paintings aren't good. Like, how many have you done? Oh, 10. 10 paintings? How good are you supposed to be at 10 paintings? This is something that modern art has really stunk up the whole art world with this stuff. People used to realize that to do something good took time and effort. Now, I got my microphone here. Hopefully you're not hearing that focusing sound too much, but if you do, it's all part of it. It's a feature. It's not a bug. We're having some coffee. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the thing. The gap between your taste and what you're producing, that's hard, okay? And I've noticed, like, a lot of people that tend to buy art are people that would probably be good at doing art. I've noticed that over the years. I've been here a long time. It's not like I sell tons of things all the time, but I've been here so long that, it's loaded up. I've experienced it. And so if you have this, you look at that and go, that is good. That is very good. And then, yeah, I'm going to do something great too. And then it doesn't work out. There's a big gap there. And what I would say to you is be encouraged by that gap. I think it's misting. We're gonna try. See, better. We'll do a demist for each point. The next point. Inspiration, yeah. So we were just talking about that. You see something, you go, that's great. I feel that. I feel that right in here, man. I could do that. I want to do that. That's not enough. That won't be enough. It will be enough for you. Hopefully you have some money and you can be an art patron. Or another good place for like people that have this very developed sense of aesthetics but don't really want to put the time in to learn how to do art that well. Another, interior design, although that's its own kind of craft too. You're going to have to put some hours in at some point. The inspiration's not enough. We don't wait for inspiration. Here I come, and today I'm talking to you. It's Monday morning. But yeah, I come in, I think, man, I'm gonna do. Here we got some paintings. I'm gonna show you some new ones. These aren't on the channel. Look at this little cutie. Can you see that? Little cutie, nice frame, huh? I'm gonna drop this off at the framer I got this from and see if she just sell it. Boom. She did that last week. Not that that's happening all the time. This one I want to show you because the video didn't work out. You're gonna do my face, or you're gonna do the. But it's a nice little painting. This frame's not awesome on it. I just sometimes have to grab a frame. I think it's important to pop your stuff in some kind of frame. This one is quite good, I think. Yeah. Those are recent, since we talked last. Anyway, we'll get back to work before we start fogging up again. Yes, you're focusing. Okay, sit still. Doesn't make any noise then. Number 3, your tools do not matter as much as using them, frankly. Oh, perfect chance to hold a brush. Let's do it. Yeah, I was talking about that 6. Let's get that. These tools are great. And some tools are really terrible. I don't even have any ultra cheap brushes. But I will say, like, I've got this. What is this? Is this a Chinese brush? Office Max. Okay, let's talk. Because I'm not just going to go reading a list. Come on. Office Max. Look, you're trying to make paintings with that? I could. I won't say it'd be amazing, but I could make a painting with this, although I'd be struggling and hating it the whole time. Yeah, and they have flat ones too. Don't try and use these round brushes. So you want flats or filberts, These are great. No, my translator always translates it as treacle. So if you see that in the posts, it's not treacle, it's Trekell. Yeah. Good brushes, good materials will help you, but there's no magic in them. That's one thing you believe because you don't want to start climbing the mountain, right? And who can blame you? That's a tall mountain. But I will say, what else you doing? Watching YouTube? You always see me looking over there. That's one thing I like about this studio is I can look out the window, and see the world go by. Yeah. Yeah. Certain paints are going to help you, maybe, but don't worry too much about it. Yeah, I got one right here. You starting out? I'm going to actually. Oh, I haven't done any promotional. The Winton set. That's great. I've got 2 videos that I'm going to be putting on the old Substack that I was trying to charge people for last year. Get myself straight. How's my mustache looking? Based on that set, and then I'm gonna actually take the time to make some like links and things. So hold on, we're gonna pause this. What did I do with my thingy? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk a lot about that today, but that's a basic starter set. You could do so much with that, and yeah, I've stressed this before. Start with the limited palette. Don't buy. You know what I always say? I've known plenty of people because I buy art supplies. I go to the art supply store. I have nice conversations with those people, and they tell me, who supports the art supply stores is all the painters that don't really paint. Because it goes like this. It goes, honey, I'd like to paint. Oh, you want to paint? Well, let's go down to the art supply store and get you some paint. Yeah, that'd be great. So, how many paints you need? No, all of them. Then you're at home. I'm talking animatedly. I'm getting coffee in my hand. You're at home and you got what? 60 tubes of paint. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do with 60 tubes of paint. I'd be putting most of them in a drawer. And I'd be pulling out I think I use 14, 15 colors. And some of those are mixed, It's nice you get to see my little drying area. Let's keep going. Truth number 4. Haha, this is so good. I've been touching on this. It's so good ever since I was introduced. Your favorite artists are not better than you. They've just been painting longer. Who knew? Who knew that was true? You didn't know that was true, did you? You just thought, oh, they're better than me. I'm not that good. How do you know? You got to put in the hours. So, just make a regular practice, okay? Look at all these small paintings. That's a 5x7. I've been harping on this forever. Get yourself some 5x7. You can order the panels from Amazon. I'm going to have these links. I'm going to be setting this up in my, I don't know where. You're going to have to be a link to my website or something, because I doubt Amazon will be kosher with Substack. But either way, go to Amazon, get yourself some MDF panels, and get yourself some house paint. Put 2-3 good coats of house paint on those. Let's see. Do I have some here? Yes, my paint box area is here. Here, let's show you something. Is those paintings? No. These are gonna be paintings. I got the panels. I come in, I grab a panel, I go through rummaging. I have a giant folder of things I have painted. I got a big folder of things I set up. I got a folder full of things I could set up. Sometimes I say, no, I want to set something up right now. And I do. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. This isn't actually live, but it's sort of like a live. Yeah. Sorry. In the middle of this. Sorry about that. Okay, truth number 5. This is, I don't like the expression warts and all. This is, come as you are. Come as you are. So much so, I'm probably going to heat that kettle while we're talking here. Sorry. I had to keep the coffee coming. Oh, we'll wait though. In fact, let's demist.
Check out the book, check out the book, check out the book. 13 years of painting experience. It's in the book, it's in the book. $65 US, and I'll ship it to you. I'll ship it to you. It's in the book.
So your favorite artists, they're not better than you. They just work. They put in the work. They put in the hours. That's just one reason I talked about this in the last Easel talk. About the social media. So you might love it. I'm great. There's so much of it. You can be on. As you know, you can be on there all day instead of painting. Really. So you feel like you're getting things done. Oh, I'm looking at. I'm getting inspired. Yeah, you don't need to get inspired. You need to work. You need to get your paints out and make paintings. Trust me, you'll feel so much better if you do that. It's like people procrastinate, they avoid, I don't know why. Oh, because it's hard and because they think, they don't think. Actually, it's not a thinking activity, this procrastinating. It's a delaying tactic. So just stop doing it. Get a regular practice going. See, I got the boards prepped. Order the boards. Get the house paint on them. Get yourself some brushes. Get yourself a set of paint. And, you know what I have? Got my book right there. I say all this in my book. I'm always saying this. It's not hard. An hour a day. You put an hour a day in, and you won't be having as much reason to cry. You'll be improving. You'll be getting better, and that'll be its own reward. Yeah. So enough said about that. You'll feel like quitting. Yeah. I think. Wow. I'm already hitting all these points. Yeah. You feel like quitting. You feel like, oh, why bother? Why do it? You know. Well, okay. Let's say you don't, and you're scrolling. You're looking at YouTube. You're having your dinner. You know, listening to Spotify, whatever you're doing with all your time. You're not making things. You want to make things. Then you'll have a feeling of worth and value. That's how it works. You have to do things to have that feeling of worth and value. It's not intrinsic. We look at people that are doing things, or that even we don't even know they're doing things. They seem to have this sense of interior worth and value. We just think it's innate. It's not innate. You got to do things. Yeah. So don't quit. Don't quit. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. If that painting isn't good, look here. Oh, this is kind of scummy looking. This is the studio trash. We throw paintings in there all the time. We break them in half and we throw them in there, and we don't worry about it because we forget about them. They're not around. So if you're doing bad paintings, get rid of them. Do them though. Do a lot of them. I always tell my students here locally, go home and do a bad painting. Well, I don't want to do a bad painting. Yeah, I know. I don't either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's hard. But you know what? You'll do a bad one. Okay, if you do a bad one, this is all going to be my new book. I have so much of this. I'm always saying the same things. That's why I wrote the new book is going to be the matrix, man, the painting matrix. Okay, and I'm very close. I've gotten some breakthroughs on my editing. I'm just a bit fatigued at the moment with the project. So, but I'm getting closer. It's going to happen. Probably, yeah, maybe. Oh, I shouldn't throw out. A date because I may not be able to hit it, but it's going to happen. You can rest assured, and it's full of all these tips and insights. So, and it's designed in a way you could pick it up maybe while you're sitting there, you know, having your coffee in the morning. You could easily read a chapter because they're all very short. I'm calling them chapters, but you know what? They're 1,000 words, maybe more, 1,500 maybe. All the stuff I say all the time. Number 6. How you learn is more important than what you learn. Yeah, this is so good. Okay, so this random approach that people, okay, as all part of their avoidance strategy, and they feel like they're doing something, I'm going to go and watch me some videos. Oh, yeah, this guy's really good. I want to paint like this, and then next week, oh, this guy, I'm going to paint like this, and then you get these fragmented, broken learning. Now, one insight, yes, can change your life, but only if it's put into practice. The insights only matter if you actually use them. Collecting insights in the absence of actual painting activity, it's a non-starter. It's not going to work. It doesn't happen. It's not going to go anywhere. Sorry. Yeah. But the good news is it's very easy to break out of these patterns. All you have to do is make paintings. It's not hard. Doesn't even matter what you paint. Get any old bit of reference. You're not going to get sued. You are just a person learning to paint. So the time to worry about that is when you're out there in the world with your paintings. You're having shows and you're putting your work out there big time. Meanwhile, just make paintings. You make copies of the masters. Get old magazines. If you think that's a good scene to paint, just paint it. Do it quickly though. Don't turn anything into your big masterpiece. You know, your big oh, this is going to be so amazing and so awesome. Forget all that. Show up, do your work. Yes, it's fine to have these big inspirations. Make a note of it. Maybe work towards it. Maybe put a little work into that masterpiece here and there. But you shouldn't be going after masterpieces until you have mastery. You can quote me on that. So, yeah. I'm not going to say don't watch other channels. Come on. Uncle Mike's got everything you need. I don't know. I'm just a guy, just a painter. I just like, talking and pointing, painting, sharing my. I really just love just sharing my paintings and my process. And here we're doing this too. So if you like this, great. Are we misting? I feel like we are. Okay. It doesn't look that bad though. I'm gonna let it ride for a minute. So that was truth 6. How you learn is more important than what you learn. Yeah. How you learn. How you learn? Okay. Get a book like my book. Just use that process. Okay? It doesn't matter. Start with that. Really get in it and walk around in it. Then modify accordingly. Don't say, oh, well, I've done that process. Now I'm going to take on so-and-so's process. Yeah, I'm definitely not saying only study from one master. What I'm saying more is that make sure you have learned everything about a process you're going after before tipping into the next process, because this skipping like a stone thing, it doesn't add up to mastery. It doesn't even get close. You'll never get there. Okay? So that's the how you learn is more important than what you learn. Truth 7. You must become your own best critic, and that touches we're almost coming full circle into this gap between the aesthetics and what you're producing, right? But I've talked about this phenomenon of the editor and the cheerleader, right? This is how I think of it. And when you're painting along, you've got the cheerleader going, yeah, this is going pretty well. I think I'm getting it. I think this is really working. I think I'm finally making some breakthroughs here. Then you got the editor. It's like, really? Is that a tree? Is that how you're going to paint that? Is that a rock? What is that? It looks like some kind of round thing. Have you heard of edges? What's the problem here? The one on each shoulder, right? Well, you need both. You need both. You need to support yourself. You need to give yourself that encouragement. You also need to develop the editor. Don't let the editor get crazy. One real good workaround here, I'll give you a tip, is make all your paintings like 2-hour paintings. Don't sit there and try and perfect things, okay? You're better off, if you can't do it quickly, then go after a simpler scene, do what you need to do, but that's the best way to keep a balance, is to keep things fresh. Also, of course, I've hit this point repeatedly, the emotional impetus, your response to the scene, that's valuable. That's intrinsically valuable. And it's part of you even when you're starting out. So you could do some really great paintings if you don't overwork them and mess them up. Just express yourself, leave it alone. Later on, like the next day, you go, wait, hey, I'm really getting it. I'm really getting there. And you will be. You will be. Keep that painting. The bad painting from earlier, throw that away. And after a while, you got just the good paintings. You got the positive self-reinforcement. You really need that. Yeah. Okay. 8. You were never finished learning. And this is great, because I'm not finished learning. I'm not sitting here telling you I know everything. I'm not. In fact, I'm 60. You can tell because I got gray in my beard. Listen to old Uncle Mac. Yeah, I didn't start painting landscapes until like 2009, right? I did do landscapes. In fact, as a commercial illustrator, I had to do the national parks. Generally, that would be like a pen and ink structure or brush and ink. And then I'd have to color that in the computer, and then it'd be printed on t-shirts or mugs and things. So it was a bit limited, but the reason why I went into landscape painting was because I knew it would be vast and infinite and impossible to master in one lifetime. If you just look at the progression, in fact, I got my book. I'm glad I got this out because I wanted to get this out. I got stuff holding up my board over there. Ugh. This is the first copy. I don't know if you're going to focus. Do we focus on that? It's got faded from the sun. It actually has more reds and stuff in it. But this is the first edition. This came out in 2013. Remember last week I was saying, let's get to, it's full of a bunch of words. But he writes great. I want to get to the INS section. Where is Whistler? I don't count Whistler too much as a tonalist. I know some of you do. There's this Murphy. Swain. Swain's great. Well, anyway, what I was going to say is, this is the kind of thing you want to leaf through before you start painting. Maybe even, if you want to make a study after one of those, you could take a picture with your phone and pull it up on your iPad or your computer or whatever it is you use for your reference. Or a lot of times you can put the name and the title into image search. You might find a version of it online somewhere. But let's get back to the final point here. Uncle Mike's getting off track. Yeah, because you never finished learning. Never. It's never over. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Back on track. Back on track. And look at him. 1845, 1850, he's doing like this Hudson River stuff, with these Claude Lorraine shaped trees and tons of detail everywhere, and everything's been worked. And then you fast forward to 1890, 40 years later, and everything's like very abstract, very colorful, very expressive. That's the progression, right? And that's how many thousands of paintings did he do, right? And that's the thing. So put in those hours. Make the paintings. Do one a day. One a day. If you did one a day, pretty soon you're going to have your own YouTube channel, and I'll be watching you, and you'll be teaching me. So, I hope you got this. Let's just recap. So the truths, the hard truths about learning to paint. I can't remember the name of the channel I got these ideas from, but thank you. I'm paraphrased horribly, and that's on purpose. Really, I don't want to take their stuff. But it was an art channel. Yeah, it wasn't for this kind of art though. Number 1, your paintings are probably bad. Number 2, inspiration isn't enough. You got to put in the hours. You got to show up and work, and then the inspiration comes. Don't wait for inspiration to work. Just if there's nothing else you remember from this talk today, it's just work, and then inspiration takes care of itself. Waiting for inspiration is a fool's errand. Don't do it. Your tools don't matter unless you're trying to make paintings with this. Fine, the Office Max brush. I don't recommend it, but better off if that's the brush you have. Make the painting you can. Yeah. Your favorite artists aren't better. They've just been painting longer. Gosh. Did you know that? I kind of knew that, but I don't think I knew that until I read it here. You'll feel like quitting, but that feeling, it's just a bad voice in your head. You don't want to quit. Come on, make something. You love painting. You want to make paintings. It's very easy. Uncle Mike is trying to help you. Just do a painting every day. Oh, that's how many days in a year? 365. If you did 365 little paintings in a year, tell me you won't be way better after that. Just tell me. Put in the hours and then cry. That's me, actually. I've got some bad ones. But I don't cry too much. I just come in and do another painting next day. And, here's a tip, So say you crashed and you burned. You went after something, it didn't work out. You got the valuable experience of having learned what didn't work. That's irreplaceable for one. So next day, what do? Settle into something you do pretty well and get yourself back on track, okay? Don't try and keep pushing and straining. It's not about that. It's about about working with yourself, supporting yourself as an artist, and that'll be in the new book. That's a chapter in the new book, supporting yourself as an artist. I've been talking about that for years. How you learn is more important than what you learn. And this is true. Don't be too scattershot. Don't be into the, oh, I gotta watch infinite videos instead of painting. I remember arguing with a guy many years ago on my channel. He's like, and I'm like, I said in one of my videos, like, turn off the video and go paint. He's like, well, I learned a lot from videos. And it's like, well, where's your channel? Where's your paintings? Of course you learn things from videos. Why else would I be putting videos out? But you have to paint. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. Become your own best critic? Yeah, you know. But don't be too harsh. Just be, up the middle. And like I said, I think the hidden thing there is don't get in this overwork mode where you're trying to perfect things. Now, although I will say, time spent doing that is still time spent painting, and all adds to good painting down the road. Okay. You're never finished learning. That's truth number 8. The last one was truth number 7. Yeah, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm learning all the time. I'm constantly trying to improve. I've got little areas I'm trying to bring up. Lately, I've been trying to bring up this contrast thing. Too much contrast, Mike. I want less contrast, but I want it to be what I envision. It's not easy. Anyway, I hope you got something from that Easel talk. I think it was pretty good teaching. If you got through it. Anyway, we had some coffee together and we got to chat. And this is replacing the Ask Me Anythings. I always say Friday because my Friday is your Thursday, most of you. So pardon me for that. My Substack. Here you are at the end of this video. Yeah, I'm going to be building in these tutorials that are tied into this Witten set, making life simple for you. Yeah, there's other videos on there, painting with a limited palette. You can get to Uncle Mike's approach, because painting with a limited palette isn't a natural tonalist thing, but it's a natural thing for learning how to paint. So that's why I did 2 videos. One is the limited palette magic, I think I called it. Because I'm almost good at marketing. I just, crumble and fall apart at the end. Because I just want to make another painting, right? And the other one's called Extended Palette Magic. And here's what the logic, right? Because you should be starting with, I'm not going to make this whole video about this. This is the end of the video. But you should be starting with a very focused, limited set of colors. But then I said, what about the other colors? And so I did a second video to show you what to do with those. That's coming soon. Yeah, soon. In fact, those videos have been recorded for years, but they're going to be going in the Substack. So if you get in value, Uncle Mike needs paint, needs to buy these brushes and things. You could help me out with some support if you like, or just sit back and enjoy what's coming your way. It doesn't cost anything, because there'll be plenty of that too, because I love you all, man. You're out there painting, you're trying to make a difference, trying to make it work in the world. God bless you. The world needs more people like you. Take good care. Stay out of trouble.